Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's live session. We're on session number 40 today, and I'm so excited for the amazing, incredible conversation we're going to have today. I mean, looking back at the last few months where we've been meeting each other every single day from Monday to Friday, it's been such an incredible journey. I mean, you definitely are a beneficiary of this work, of these sessions, of these topics that we cover. But the beneficiary of my work, which I like to consider, I'm the biggest beneficiary of it. And this is not out of a selfish reason or out of a self-grandizing reason or something like that. That's not why I'm saying that. The only reason I'm saying it is every day when I show up here, it inspires me to improve. It inspires me to become better. It inspires me to look at myself and say, well, you've got a live session today. You better be ready. You better prepare. You better show up with the best of what you've got. So, these last 40 days have been a tremendous journey of growth, not only for you, but for me as well. And I want to say thank you to you for being here with me and for giving me this opportunity to help you, to serve you, and through you to help and serve myself. It's a beautiful cycle that connects all together. And that also aligns to the main topic that I want to discuss with you today. Because a lot of times when I'm consistent in the things that I do, whether it's my coaches or whether it's some of my friends, the one question I always get asked is, Prabhsimrat, how are you able to do so many things so consistently? You wrote a book at 14, then you started making so many videos, you've trained so many people, you've written 17 million words, now you're doing these live sessions every single day. How do you make it happen? And a lot of times people end up making the mistake of assuming, oh, you must be a very hardworking person. No doubt about it, I am. But here's what I want you to understand today, that hard work alone is not enough. Because if these live sessions that I'm doing with you here, these were based on hard work alone, I would have quit a long time ago. You see, we've been brought up on this idea, we've been indoctrinated into the virtue of hard work ever since we were kids. Study well in school and you'll get a good job. Do well at your job and you'll get a promotion. Do well in your business and more people will come to you for the business that you are doing. And essentially, the focus has always been not on growth but on labor. The focus has always been on not on results but on the effort expended. And as a result of that, what a lot of us end up doing is we end up mistaking efforts for results, we end up mistaking hard work for growth, we end up mistaking movement for progress. And then we wonder, why am I so exhausted? I'm doing so many things, I'm trying my best, I'm trying this new productivity app, and still success is not coming my way. Well, my friend, you might just have the equation gone all wrong. You may be focusing way too much on hard work and completely ignoring another aspect of it that not only makes the hard work worth it, but it makes sure that if you're doing this much hard work, the results you get are this much. And I'm not exaggerating here. We literally can get 10x results in our lives, not by doing more, but by doing what we are doing well enough and in a different way with a different kind of thinking. And that's the secret to consistency. That's the secret to high achievement. That's the secret to becoming your best self. Now, this is the first idea I want you to understand from our conversation today, that hard work alone is not enough. If it were, now this is the most crazy part, okay? If it were, the people who are laborers, the people who break their back under the sun for 16 hours a day, the people who do the extra work that none of us are usually willing to do, they come from the less privileged classes of society. They work the hardest and yet they do not make the most money. They are not the most successful people. So, yes, while hard work is a great virtue and an indispensable virtue in the pursuit of success, like without hard work, you cannot get anywhere. But it's not the only thing, because it's only focused on the process, not on creating actual results and actual transformations for you or for the people in your life, in your profession, or your business. Now, what's the factor that creates real transformation? Let's talk about that. And that factor, my friends, is the ability to think through the long term. That's it. You might have assumed I'll be talking about purpose, or I'll be talking about having your why, or I'll be talking about how to be inspired, how to be perseverant, or how to be resilient. Well, all of those again are great qualities like hard work. But what makes them stick is not these other qualities, but a long term perspective where you have the ability to think through your actions and plan for things that normal people don't even look at. I mean, look at the top business leaders, look at the people who are at the top of the game, who are at the top of their field, and learn from them, learn and model their success. And you will see that each and every one of them has a longer term vision that they are bringing their focus in from. An Olympian is not training for the next year, they're training for 2028. Someone who's just starting out their sports career is not even training for the 2028 Olympics, they are training for the 2032 Olympics that are going to happen 6 years later. And yet today, they're showing up with the same consistency, the action, the discipline, the drive, the vigor that an Olympic athlete requires to create massive, incredible success in their lives. Now, where does this come from? How does this happen? We might believe it's only because the person has the quality of working hard, and while that quality is being used, the way that quality is used is defined by how well you can think through in the long term. Now, I'll give you the example of these YouTube live sessions that I've started. Every single day at 8:30 p.m. from Monday to Friday, this was a new change for me. Yes, I was used to writing a lot. I was used to doing my coaching sessions. I was used to making videos, but going live on social media every single day, this was a new forte. Yet now we are 40 sessions in. It's not feeling like hard work to me, even though I've not even missed a single day. Doesn't matter if I was sick. Doesn't matter if I had a 2 hour webinar to do right after that. Doesn't matter if I was up since 4 a.m. in the morning and it was 8:30 p.m. in the night and I hadn't done anything till throughout the day to really rest myself because I was doing a lot of things. It didn't even matter. I showed up here live every single day, as I've done now as well. And given a few technical glitches here and there, we always started on time. Now, that didn't happen because of just the hard work. That happened because I have started these sessions not with today in mind, not with the next few months in mind, but with the next few years in mind. Where I'm thinking, how cool would it be to have a repository of content here on YouTube where people can come, people can see structured, step by step, practical and simplified knowledge on how to really improve their lives, where something that I've made today, 3 years later, becomes the very reason a teenager who's lost in his life and doesn't know what to do stumbles upon the video about how to really be authentic with yourself, how to have a clear conversation with yourself, and how to call yourself out on your own excuses. And then he realizes, okay, you know what? I was just doing the wrong things. Let me realign. Let me start doing the right things. That is what I'm building for. That impact, that scale, that change, you can say, in terms of the way people think and believe and act and just the way they live their lives. That massive transformation is what I want to see in people, because while it excites me to see the potential that my career has, that my work has, and the number of people it will impact, what also pains me is the fact that right now there are some people who might need this very exact thing, who might need this very exact concept. And it would be injustice from my end to hold that back just because I'm not comfortable doing YouTube live sessions. I don't want to let that be the excuse, because I'm looking at the longer term impact. These actions today, they get meaning. The hard work becomes satisfying. The effort becomes fulfilling. And the moment that happens, the effort no longer feels like effort. It feels like play. It feels like an exciting thing you wake up for. Like, traveling is not always the easiest thing to do. Actually, if you think about it, traveling is hard work. You wake up in the morning at a time you're never used to, maybe 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. You've spent the last 2 days foraging around your house for items that you can pack into the suitcase for your travel. Then you are rushing in the cab to the airport, but you're all excited for the trip you're going to have. Then on the airport, your flight gets delayed by 2 hours. You're worried about your connecting flight. And in all this panic and all this worry and all this uncertainty, still, You are excited and you are focused, and you don't feel tired, you don't feel heavy, you don't feel, this is not worth it, let me just sit at the airport and do nothing because the flight's not going to take off anyways. Do you ever do that? No. Why not? Because your mind can clearly see the dream destination, your mind can clearly see the vision, your mind can clearly see relaxing on that mountain top in that snow clad resort, or on the beach with that beautiful sun rays and the sunset happening and the cool breeze coming your way. In that moment, the challenges of the airport don't matter, the challenges of the traffic doesn't matter, the challenges of the chaos don't matter. What matters is the long term vision that you are headed towards. And because that's clear in your mind, all the hassle and the hard work of travel becomes easy and worth it for you. My question is, in your work, how can you make it happen? Because you might be thinking, I'm not hardworking enough. That's not true. You have the trait of hard work. It's coming out in the wrong places. It's not coming out in the places that support you. It's not coming out in the places where you need it to come out. So I want you to think, the goals that you've been chasing, do they really have a longer term vision for you? Do they really have something that you've thought through? Doesn't matter how realistic it is, doesn't matter how crazy it is, doesn't matter if it even happens or not. My question is, have you tried to attach a longer term vision to the hard work you're doing today? So the hard work you're doing today becomes worth it, becomes fulfilling in the moment. Because we human beings, we are creatures of meaning. We like to be connected to something that's bigger than ourselves. We like to be connected to the power that the Almighty holds. That's why religion is something human beings so fervently believe in. To believe that there's a power outside of us that's making things happen. We are not the ones. That something's out there supporting us in the stars, in the sky. That belief is what gives us the strength to dream beyond what we've ever dreamed. Well, just like that, your vision, your ability to think through the long term, and your ability to look at things people can't even look at today, well, that is what defines whether you become great or whether you just remain mediocre. Mediocre people also work hard. They work harder than the people who are great. But their hard work has no direction. Their hard work has no purpose. So it's running in circles, it's running in loops. And all it is doing is it is exhausting them. People who become great, people who become extraordinary, people who achieve great levels of success, oh well, they are masters at tuning their hard work in alignment to a larger vision. So their hard work takes off and becomes a ramp that takes them to their success. So as I've been doing this 40th session, it's easy for me because I'm not even counting to the 40th session. I'm looking at the 400th already. I'm so excited thinking about that doing this 40th one feels so easy, feels so effortless, feels so fulfilling. And so, my question for you today is, whatever goals you are chasing, whatever dreams you are chasing, if you've been feeling you've been doing too much hard work, but nothing's happening, or that your hard work's not paying off, or things are not working out, you may want to look at your lack of vision. Because the moment you get the vision, the hard work becomes worth it. So, over the weekend, spend some time in reflection with yourself, thinking about this question, and ask yourself, what really is my vision? What are the things that I'm aiming for in the long term? You don't have to be 100% clear yet because no one can know the map, but can you have something that inspires you to show up today to do the hard work? Because that's the ultimate goal that matters. The day you can have that is the day your life will have meaning. We think we need to find our purpose. Not true. We create our purpose. And you are a creator. You are free to create any and all purpose you want, to chase any and all dreams you want. The question is, will you give yourself the permission to do so? This weekend, this session is a reminder for you to do the same. And I will see you once again on Monday at 8:30 p.m. IST with another incredible session that helps you take this vision into reality, that helps you take your execution to the next level, and that helps you get to your next breakthrough. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you once again on Monday. Bye.